Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to walk you through advanced isometric block number 3. So let's go. Open up Onshape and begin the file just like you have for all your other files. Select the blue Create button and choose Document. You can abbreviate this, calling it Advanced ISO 3. Once your space is loaded, we're going to take a quick look at what the Advanced ISO number 3 image looks like in the Google Doc. Here you can see some dimensions and the overall view of what the part should look like when it's complete. Let's focus on breaking this down into pieces. We're going to create the bottom area first. Let's use the dimensions 130 for the width, 25 minus 10, which will give us 15 for the height, and then a radius of 30, which is a diameter of 60 for the depth. So 130 wide, 15 inches tall, and 60 inches in depth. You can do that by creating a sketch on the front plane, starting with a rectangle, and placing your largest dimension first, 130 for the width. Click the front face of the Cartesian cube, and that'll zoom us out. Now you can use your height dimension of 15, finish the sketch, and use your extrusion tool to extrude the depth of your part to 60. Now that we've got the bottom space created, we're going to round off the corners. This can be done by using the fillet tool. The fillet tool applies a radius round. So in order to get half of this block to disappear in each of the corners, I have to take the full depth and divide it by 2. 60 divided by 2 gives me 30 for a radius. Now go ahead and click on the front corners on the right-hand side of our block. Next, we're going to put an additional circle in the middle of this space. Notice that the second smaller circle is concentric with the first outer circle, which means they share a center point. The diameter of the inside circle is 22. So let's place a sketch on top of our block, rotate to the top view, and place a circle on the same center point as the outer circle. Now, in order to find that center point, you may have to find the end point of the arc and then move straight down until the center of the space illuminates orange. This is what's called a quick snap. These snaps allow us to be directly in line with certain points on our part. Place your circle concentric with the first one, drop it anywhere, and use the dimension tool to make it exact, 22 inches. Now go ahead and finish that sketch. Use the extrusion tool to select that circular space, rotate to the isometric view, and tell it to remove that circle. Remember, the depth is going to be equal to the thickness of the plate, which is 15. This should now allow us to remove 15 inches of space from that circle. Okay, looks good. Back to the Google Doc, we're going to look at some additional spaces we can begin to create here. Now that we got the bottom plate done, our next move would be to create this secondary space. 25 minus 10 gave us 15. Well, now we want to add that 10 back in. So we're going to create a small rectangle on top of this plate that's 60 inches in depth, 60 inches in width, and 10 inches in height. So start with a new sketch on top of the plate, rotate to the top view, and place a 2-point rectangle in the upper corner of our part. This you can drag all the way down until it touches the bottom of the plate. That's going to help us eliminate the need for one extra dimension. Now place a dimension on the width line we just created and make that 60. Finish the sketch, choose the extrude tool, do a quick revolve to isometric view, select that space, and extrude that up a distance of 10. Okay, taking a look back at the Google Doc, we have a little bit of additional space that's being added right here. We're going to create that as 2 separate long rectangles. The distance isn't given to you in this document, but we're going to just say that it's 5 inches in height. So let's go in now and figure out how to create 2 rectangles that are 13 inches wide that span the entire depth of the part, and then extrude those up a distance of 5. Create a new sketch on the top plane of the second feature we just created, rotate to the top view, create your first rectangle from the upper left corner point down to the right, and your second rectangle from the upper right corner point down to the left. Choose the dimension tool and make the width of these two rectangles 13. Go ahead and finish that sketch. Choose the extrusion tool, rotate isometrically, select those two rectangular spaces, and extrude those up a distance of 5. Click the green check mark to finish that feature. We're getting closer. Now all we have to do is add these small rectangular towers in each corner of the block. The towers themselves are 15 inches in depth, 13 inches wide, and 20 inches tall. So let's go lay those 4 out now. Select the sketch from the ribbon. Sketch on top of either one of the new rectangular spaces we just created. Rotate to the top view and draw your 4 rectangular areas. Start in the corner, upper left, drag down to the right. Start in the bottom left corner, drag up to the right. Start in the bottom right corner, drag up to the left. Start in the upper right corner, drag down to the left. Now use your dimension tool to make the depth for these spaces 15. Go ahead and finish that sketch. Use the extrusion tool, rotate isometrically, choose those 4 rectangular spaces we just created, change the depth to 20, and click the green check mark box. The last thing we have to do is round off this inner area between the tower we just created and the plate we started with. Use the fillet tool again, changing the fillet radius to 10 inches and selecting the inner edge between those two features. Click the green check mark box, and Advanced ISO number 3 is now complete. Don't forget, you get 10 points for sharing this part feature with me. You also get 10 points for creating a drawing sheet out of this block. Use the drawing sheet video that I referenced in Advanced ISO number 2 to create a drawing sheet for Advanced ISO number 3. That's all I have for you guys for this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.